Hi, everybody. I had a little time, so I thought I would hop on and do some card pulls. Here's how I'm going to do that today. I'm going to do that by your astrological sign. So sometimes I do it this way. I think that it's a fun way for you to be able to get a more comprehensive reading for yourself. Certainly, still, it's a general reading, right? So this is not a personal reading, but what you can do is if you know your sun sign, which is like when people ask you your astrological sign, that's what typically your sun sign is. But even better if you know your moon sign and your rising sign, because then you can take the three of those together. You might even look up your Venus sign too, because sometimes that's a good sign to check on. Check that out and put together the messages from the three readings or from the four readings, and that'll be a little bit more of a personalized reading for you. So we're going to pull cards. We're going to pull one tarot card and one oracle card for this, and we're going to go through all of the signs in order and connect with your messages. So hang tight. I'm going to have the banner at the bottom of the screen where it's going to tell you what sign I'm reading at the time. And then I will go back on my YouTube channel and set it up for the chapters so that you can just click from chapter to chapter and find your signs. If you don't know your sun, your moon, and your rising, you can look that up. There's all kinds of different astrology apps and websites that you can look that up for free. You just need to know when you were born, what time, where you were born, that kind of information. You can put that in and it'll be able to tell you. So let's see. So let's get our banners up and we will get started. So we're going to start with Aries. So say hi if you're watching. Anybody out there in Aries? So we're looking up what blessings can you expect as we wrap up the year, right? We're officially in that last month of the year. So what can you expect? What blessings are going to be showing up for you if we allow them, right? Because everything that is psychic, everything that is intuitive is flexible. So you can also take a look at that and go, no, that's not for me. I don't want that. And you can make different decisions, and that's going to influence the path as well. So let me know. Say hello. Let me switch back over to my comments. All right, let's see what we have for Aries. Put the two cards together. Let me know if you're in Aries. I'm losing my voice a little bit today, so bear with me as we go through. Say hello. Shout out what your sun, your moon, and your rising is if you know it, or maybe you just know your sun and your moon, or maybe you just know your sun sign, your regular astrological sign. Let me know what you guys are as you're tuning in. Let's see. Okay, just feeling into these cards. So for you, Aries, like the main card that we pulled, the tarot card that we pulled is the World. And the World card is all about the closing out of a cycle. And I feel this very strongly for you, Aries, that you are closing out something that you've been trying to wrap up for a long time. This might be a way of life. This might be a connection in your life. This might be a phase in your life. But it feels like something that's been there for a long time and kind of creeping under the surface. And now you're in a position where you're letting that go, where you're closing that out. So number one, this feels like validation that you're doing that, but it also feels like a good job sticker from the universe saying, good job. You've learned a lot of lessons here. You have mastered a lot of lessons here. And it's going to be a powerful shift for you. So on the other side of the world are new beginnings. I also do feel like this is about putting yourself out there in some way. So you've been feeling called to put yourself out there in some way, put yourself out there in some way. And the card that we got with that, the Oracle card, is the what is holy, what is true card. And it says appreciation, witnessing the unmerited gift of grace. And I just get the sense with this that there's an awareness of, like, it almost feels like the integration of a truth into your life. And maybe it was a truth that you didn't like at some point, but now the gift, the blessing is that you do see it and you understand, yes, this is true. And yes, this is setting me free in some way. And I've had to do some work around that, but I'm here in a place and I feel better about that. I'm acknowledging that. So it just feels like you have a deeper understanding of yourself and of your life. And you're wrapping things up with the end of this year and you're closing out some cycles and not bringing them into the new year. So I like that for you guys. That's really great. All right, Beth is saying Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo rising. Pat is saying Virgo sun, Sagittarius moon, Taurus rising. That's right. I should know you guys by now. All right, now we're going to go on to Taurus. So what is happening for Taurus? What are the end of the year blessings for Taurus? We'll see what they are. Let me move back to comments. The only thing about this streaming program is I can put the banners up there to switch back and forth. But I'm figuring out, I'm learning. Say hello wherever you're watching from. You guys are watching from YouTube. I'm streaming on YouTube, on Facebook, 2 places on Facebook. Live as we speak. Oracle card. Are you guys feeling this like slowdown with Mercury retrograde? And as we prepare to move into Mars retrograde, I definitely feel it. I feel like so groggy right now. I was just like, while I'm shuffling, like, oh, I could totally fall asleep. I won't fall asleep live. Maybe not. I could actually fall asleep anywhere. I've fallen asleep in some weird places. I've fallen asleep at a death metal concert once. But anyway, okay, let's see. Let's see. I like this. Okay. All right. So we have the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords like feels like new inspiration that's coming in, right? There might be a new person in your life that's inspiring you to see things in a different way, to do things in a different way. There might be new ideas that are coming in that are inspiring you. This feels like such inspiration to take our lives to the next level. I also, I talked with Aries about truth coming to the surface, and I also get that vibe here with this. It's like an understanding, but it feels like also an acceptance of some kind of a truth and this willingness to move forward in a different way. So this is quite a blessing coming in. And I think that it's helping Taurus energy to just move forward. It's like releasing the past completely, unhooking ourselves from the past, from the things that we've been influenced. The next card that we have is the Order in the Forest card. And the Order in the Forest card says cleansing, releasing resentments, making amends. It feels very much like a Taurus is an earth sign, right? And this is talking about order in the forest. I think like we're creating order in our lives. We're getting things together on the other side of some challenging information and now allowing ourselves to be inspired in a new way, to move forward in a new way. And we're just not bringing the past forward with us. I've been saying in the readings that going backwards is not the thing here this year. Hi, Chelsea. Hi, Rob. Nice to see you. Hi, Meg. All right. So let's see. Next up, we're just doing quick little readings today. Okay, so Gemini. What does Gemini need to know for their end of the year blessings? Call it out. Let me know what you guys are if you're watching new, if you know what your sign is, maybe your main sign, your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign. I always love to see what people are. I would love to hear your human design too. It has nothing to do with this reading, but I just love to hear what people's human design is. I am projector. I am the seer of the human design. Makes sense, doesn't it? What are you? What's your type? Do you know your human design? That's another thing that you can look up, and it'll tell you. And it's a very in-depth thing. Very, very cool. There's all kinds of tools in this world, right, to help us to understand ourselves more deeply, to help us to have a better sense of who we are, who we came here to be, how we're built, how we can best use ourselves. You guys know, like, I do the weekly readings, and it's all about using the energy for its best for the week. And there's all kinds of tools like astrology and human design and tarot and all these things that help us to understand what is the energy and how can I make the most of it, whether it's our energy, whether it's the collective energy. And when we understand that, we can use all of it. All of it becomes medicine, right? All of it becomes a tool for helping us to be the best version of ourselves. Really interesting. Okay, so Gemini, you guys are clearing some things out. Okay, you're going to see potentially some connections that have in the past come together disconnect, or you're going to be walking away from some connections. We have the Lovers card in reverse, or you're going to be walking away from something that at one point you felt really drawn and connected to. And this is inviting you to be open to that. So it might have been something that you really loved, that you really felt connected to, that really felt like it was aligned for you at one point in your life. But the truth about life is that we are on a journey, and we are always, or hopefully we are evolving and developing. And so sometimes in a new evolution of ourselves, the same things don't apply. The same things don't belong. And so I think that you're going to be making some changes, and this is further clarified. And I did shuffle these cards. I just pulled this for Taurus, the Order in the Forest card. And this card, I'll remind you what it says. It says cleansing, releasing resentments, and making amends. And with this, I very much get this idea of you're cleansing things out of your life that once maybe felt right and probably were at that particular time in your life. And now you're clearing away anything that doesn't align for you anymore. So you're invited to do that as we wrap up this year, because that is going to create space for more blessings to come into your life. Or if something is closing out for you, know that that is a blessing, even if on a human level that can be difficult for us sometimes. So yeah. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Christine. Christine's a Leo. Christine, do you know what your sun or your moon and your rising is by any chance? I know that you're a Leo, but I didn't know what the other stuff is. Okay, so we're gonna go into Cancer. Let's see what it is for Cancer. And Michelle, remind me of do you know your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising? So now we're gonna go into Cancer. Christine says no. Okay, we'll have to look that up. When you're in town, we're totally gonna look that up together and see. Do you know your human design? Leo's up next, by the way. Let's see. So this is for Cancer, end of the year. Okay, you don't. Okay, we're gonna look it up. So you have to know when you come home, bring your, make sure you find out, if you don't already know, where you're born, what your birth time is, that kind of stuff, and we'll look at it. Okay, so Cancer, like the second that I pulled these cards, I just got hit with how strong and powerful you are. So you just feel very empowered as we're wrapping up the end of the year. I think you guys have been on quite a journey. And right now, you feel so strong to me. And if you're like, no, I'm not feeling that yet, Christy, I think that you're going to get there. The first card that we pulled is the King of Cups, right? Like this is to me just giving unbothered. Like you're just not dipping into the emotional highs and lows that you once were, right? Like you're a little bit more untethered. You're a little bit more detached from outcomes, and you're just kind of allowing the process to unfold, and you're taking steps as you're in that flow. And so if you're not doing that already, you're invited to do that. This is such a powerful thing for a Cancer to do, because you guys do tend to be one of the more emotional signs for sure, right? But this is like an emotional level up. This is you being in charge of your emotions and using them for the good, maybe creation from your emotions, right? Like when we are trying to manifest something, if we think about it and then we also pull up the emotion that we expect to feel when we manifest that thing, that can be a really powerful thing. So I would definitely be focusing on that, Cancer, as we're wrapping up the year. But I just see you feeling really strong in this. So anything that you can do to support you in being more detached from a specific outcome, the stronger that you're going to find yourself being. So yeah. Oh, Michelle, we'll have to look up yours too, for sure. You don't know your human design. How did we not talk about that before? Okay. So, and the next card that we have here is the surrender to change. So with Cancer energy, I kind of feel like this past year has been a doozy of a year for you, right? And 2025 feels a lot better. And so when I see surrender to change, it doesn't feel like we're shifting into like where you have like a ton of change ahead of you. Collectively, I think we do have some changes ahead, but personally for Cancer energy, I think this is like that you have surrendered to change, that has been the lesson that you've learned. And so this is the gift, this is the blessing, is that you're in a place where you feel like you have surrendered. You have learned how to be a bit more unbothered, untethered, detached from the outcome. And it says the art of allowing, resilience, adaptability. Yeah, I think it's made you a hell of a lot more resilient if you lean into that and you've learned how to be more adaptable. And so I think like this process has really brought you to this place where you are ending the year as the King of Cups. Michelle, Michelle, you're Cancer, right? So that makes a lot of sense. Let me just get a drink. Let's see. So now we're going to move on to Leo. What signs are you guys waiting on if you haven't commented? What is your sun sign? What is your moon sign? What is your rising sign? Let me know what your human design is too, if you know. Oh, you're a Taurus. I knew that. You're a Taurus. Okay. Absolutely. Taurus is, we have a great year ahead. So I'm very excited for that. Astrologically, a lot later. I will take it. So this is for Leo. Blessings for the end of the year. Let's see what we have for Leo. Rob is Aquarius. Rob, do you know your human design? Did we ever look that up for you? Oh my gosh, you guys see me shuffling these cards, right? We're getting a lot of repeat cards. But I think a lot of this is like we have collective energy, right? I talk about the collective energy every week. And so we all have this collective energy that's going to impact each of our signs. So I pay attention to the trends with these cards because that says to me that a lot of people collectively are going to be experiencing this. So the card that we have for you, the tarot card that we have for you, Leo, is, I have to cover this because YouTube doesn't like nakedness. The Star card. This feels to me like a willingness to let yourself be seen. Like some kind of a readiness, some kind of leaning into something that you're excited about. It feels like it's going to require, so anytime that we have nudity in the tarot, it's about vulnerability or a willingness to be vulnerable, right? Because there's not a lot that's more vulnerable than that. So this is talking about being willing to lean into vulnerability. And as you lean into vulnerability, you're going to be seen, appreciated. I almost feel like for some of you, there might even be some kind of like a promotion, a level up, somebody recognizing something that you're doing and taking something to the next level. It's like giving next level of something. But I also feel like this is like some kind of wish fulfillment. So something that you've been praying for, wishing for, manifesting for, and it's now developing and happening. But again, it kind of feels like it's going to require a level of vulnerability with this, that there has to be this willingness to lean in, which is a big part of the message that I shared collectively. So I think they have a lot to look forward to. And then there might be some really cool stuff that's happening before the end of the year where it's like, oh my God, like you're wrapping up the year with something pretty big that you've been waiting on for a long time. And then we have the surrender to change card, right? So again, this is about that vulnerability. We just pulled this card and it says the art of allowing, resilience, adaptability. Yeah, I think this is just like allowing what wants to come in, what wants to happen. I think like for Leo energy, like this is just kind of naturally developing right now and it's naturally showing up for you. And so you just have to lean in, you just have to let it happen. Without fighting it, without letting it overwhelm you too much, because like this does feel like there's a lot of movement and a lot of things happening from now into the end of the year. We're already into December. So just allow it and allow the process of change that's wanting to happen for you. I think this is really, really cool. Yeah, Beth says, heck yeah. Yeah, this is great for you, huh? I love it. Rob says, I think Jared, oh, you mean Jaren was supposed to do one for me, but never got back to me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jaren used to do those. That's right. He used to come in and do classes and stuff like that for us. Jaren does the cosmic human design. And now, which is a little bit different from, I don't know what the regular human design is. Maybe it's just called regular human design. And so it's a little bit different now, the style with that. I tend to align a little bit more with just like the regular human design, but you know, everybody has different things that they connect with. Beth says, already feeling this, to be honest, ready for more. Yeah, I love it. You're killing it, girl. I love it for you. It's awesome. All right, so we're going to move into Virgo. What does Virgo need to know for their blessings, about their blessings at the end of the year? What does Virgo need to know? Oh, this is fun. What does Virgo need to know? Anybody out there a Virgo? I don't think anybody commented that they were a Virgo. I love to do these lives because it's fun to just sit here with you guys and read your comments and see where you're at. It's just fun. And if you're watching the replay, say hi. Please subscribe if you're watching. Okay, Virgo. Let's see. So the first card that we have is the Magician card. This, like, first of all, I think like on some level, you're connecting to finding your magic. There's like a level of readiness that I feel with this card. So I think you've been preparing for something. I think you've been like getting things together, getting things developed, kind of taking the steps, taking care of the logistical stuff, which Virgos, you do that very well, right? Like, and this feels like seeds you've been planting for a long time, work that you've been investing for a long time. And all of a sudden it's like feeling like you're leveling up. It's feeling like things are happening. Blessings are coming in. It's feeling like maybe there's like solid evidence that this is moving into the next level, but you're definitely ready. So lean into the magic, lean into your magic. I think that if you're hesitant at all to get started, whatever this is, I would not wait until the end of the year, because this feels like you're doing this before the end of the year. This feels like embracing it and moving forward with it. And it gives you a nice beginning to get started with as we're moving into the new year. It also does feel like a coming together of some kind. So we pulled for Virgo the love and partnership card. Now, this is obviously like not everybody is looking for a partnership or a love relationship, right? But so for some of you who are single, you might find yourself all of a sudden connecting with somebody that it will develop into more of a connection or something like that. You might be thinking about some kind of a partnership with somebody. The card itself says collaboration, intimacy, power dynamics, right? So I see you, no matter what your situation is, like maybe working together with somebody. Maybe that's like with the magician, that thing that you're creating. Maybe you're working together with somebody, or that's the missing piece of what you need to get this moving, is like all of a sudden you connect with somebody that comes in and is like, I can help you with that, and I can help to do this. And it's something that you're needing along with that. So that's really cool. I think that that can be a very good thing for you, but I would definitely not wait. I would get on that and see where that goes. Just reading your comments, seeing if I missed any. All right. So that is Virgo. Now we're going to go to Libra. I'm a Libra moon. Where are my Libras at? I don't think anybody said Libra either. Shout out Libra. I have lots of Libra friends. I love Libras. I always feel like Libras are just like incredible friends, you know? I mean, so many of you are. All right, so this is going to be for Libra for end of the year blessings. What end of the year blessings can Libra expect? This deck is so hard to shuffle. It's like huge, but I kind of love it because I like to use the cards less so for the messages, because to be honest with you, I could sit here and I could channel the messages for you and could do it that way. But I like to use them as that visual tool because I think that it helps people to connect with it more. And like there are things that resonate through the symbols in the cards that speak to your subconscious. So this is for Libra. What does Libra need to know? End of the year blessings. Okay. So things are happening for you, Libra. Like, I think this is another sign that I think there's been a lot going on for. And it feels like, I mean, everybody's had a lot going on. And we have a scammer in the comments, so don't give these people your money. It says Serena tarot reading. Yeah. Whenever somebody is like, oh, I'm drawn to your energy and I just want to give you a reading, they are totally scammers, especially if they send you a message that starts with Grand Rising. I don't know why they do that. Like, who speaks like that? Not me. So if you ever get something from a fake Christy, it'll probably start like that. Sometimes they're like threatening people, telling them they have a curse on them. So please don't give these people your attention. I hope that you all find something better to do with your life, because certainly that is not the purpose that God intended for you. So anyway, let's come back to Libra. So Libra, options, shifting, changing. I think like with the 7 of Cups showing up, all of a sudden, I just kind of see how there's all these clouds here? It's almost like the clouds are clearing away. And here we have these options. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Like nothing was coming together. And now all of a sudden I have more options that I know what to do with. So you might have a lot of things popping in. As you can kind of tell from the cards, some options are going to be better than others, right? Some options are going to be something that isn't going to serve you well. And then some options are going to be a really great fit for you. So this is where your intuition comes into play. Listen to that and choose wisely. But you'll know, right? Like we can feel that. Carrie says they need a hobby. Yeah, I agree. I agree. It just is sad. I think like I wish that people would use that energy to do something good in this world, you know? Because you can use your energy for all things. So yeah, I think that some things showing up, I think some things happening that you've been waiting on, and you're going to have some decisions to make. And this is all about transformation. This card is a call to transformation, and it says metamorphosis, the in-between. And I think that Libra energy has been in the in-between for a while. And as the year is wrapping up, you're seeing, oh, like some things are actually happening. Some things are actually moving forward. And this is like the beginning of your metamorphosis. Not that you haven't been in a process of metamorphosis, but this is like where you really feel like change is happening. Things are happening. Things are developing. So that's really cool for you, Libra. I like that. All right, Scorpio. Anybody a Scorpio out there? Let me bring my comments back up. What does Scorpio need to know to wrap up their year? What blessings can they expect to come in? Well, apparently, according to Serena Tarot Reading, there are, let's see, blessings, light, clarity, positivity coming your way on this blessed day. I agree. That's what your ancestors want you to know. All right, Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know? Yes, I did Gemini. Gemini was the third one that I did. So when I'm not live, go back and rewind it. People don't even say that anymore. Rewind it. Go back and see. I don't even know what the word is for that if it's not rewind. But go back and check that out. It's the third one that I did, and you see the little names along the bottom. That'll give you a sense of where that's at. I'm also going to go into the YouTube and set up the chapters for that too, so that you can easily move around those when we're done. And that way you can look up your sun, your moon, and your rising. So Carrie, if you know your sun, your moon, and your rising, you can look for your moon and your rising too. Interesting. Let me just read these. What have you had going on, Scorpio? Wow. So we have the High Priestess. And this is honoring, listening to your intuition. Like this feels like taking your intuition to the next level in some way, or your intuition leading you to something important. So I think that like you're going to find that, or something that you know what this feels like is like something that you did because you just felt intuitively guided to do it is going to pay off as we're closing out the year. So keep listening to that intuition, Scorpio. You guys do that very, very well. So listen to it, honor it. you might get validation of something that you felt intuitively, but remember, this is a blessing. So even if it's not something that you love, because again, I was saying earlier in these readings, there's a lot of truth coming to the surface right now. Know that it's happening for you and that it is a gift. It's a blessing, even if that doesn't make sense right now, right? How many times do we look back and we're like, oh, I'm really glad that I didn't get that thing that I thought that I wanted, or that happened the way that it did, because it led me to this. Hi, Bobby. Oh, that's great. So Bobby says, hey, I've been watching your videos. You rock. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. Bobby, let me know what you are. What's your sun sign? And if you know your moon sign and your rising sign, let us know. So that is for Scorpio. The next card that we have is A Way Out of the Weeds. Yeah, I think you found your way out of the weeds. I think like you've taken steps, or you will be taking steps that is helping to lead you out of the woods, that is helping to lead you out of something that you felt kind of stuck in. Or if you think about like being caught in the weeds, right? Maybe you've been felt really, really stuck. And this says a clear way out, multitasking, and getting organized. So I do get this energy too for Scorpio, like almost like a fog is lifting or circumstances are changing, and it's allowing you to take a little time and space to get your shit together in some way, right? Maybe you recognize like, oh, I really need to get my shit together because I've been so focused over here on this thing that I didn't. And so now I am. So I kind of get that vibe here with this, or you're organizing something. But I also feel like you're moving out of something that has felt cloudy, foggy, challenging, and that's a gift. And you're seeing it for what it is. You are intuitively connected. So those are your blessings as we wrap up the year. Just do a time check. Let's see. Sagittarius. Any Sagittarius out there? Hi, Renee. My sweet little twin boys are Sagittarius, and they're very Sagittarius, very fiery, very adventurous, very unfiltered. They make me laugh. They are so funny. To know them is to love them. They are just hysterical. One of their teachers at school said that they remind them of the dude. What's that movie? I forget what the name of that movie, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Like just in their demeanor and how they show up, and it makes me laugh because that is them. Except for when they want something, or when they're very focused on something, because they also really know how to make something happen when they want it. So I'm curious, like other Sagittarius, like, is that you? Big Lebowski, that's it. Yeah. You know, I've only seen sections of that movie. There's been a lot of movies that I need to watch, that I've been told I need to watch lately. I think I have to add that to the list, actually. So this is for Sagittarius. We are in Sagittarius season right now, so happy birthday to all the Sagittariuses. I love, like, I would say it's celebration energy to me too, which is how we end up here in like with the holiday season around that. I always find like whatever season we're in, like we tend to have holidays that connect with that, or it seems like the holidays or what's going on throughout the year kind of align with the seasons in astrology. So it's really interesting to me. Ooh, this is good. Okay. Yeah, what have you had going on, Sagittarius? I feel like you've been waiting and feeling stuck with some things for a while. And now you're starting to see that not only are things getting better, that things can get better, right? Like there's a new opening for hope. I want to read the Oracle card first, and it's the emergence of hope. And so if you're not there yet, I think that that's coming in for you. this month, right? This is your blessing. And it says faith, trusting in a divine plan, all is well, patience. And I kind of get the sense that in terms of like a divine plan, the divine plan is saying the timing, the thing that you've been waiting for, the thing that you've had to hold patience for is happening here in this month. So that's a powerful thing. And that's further supported by this Four of Cups. And like Four of Cups, like this person is very focused on these three cups. When there is like, what I always say is like God's hand reaching out with this other cup, right? So just make sure that you aren't so discouraged by the challenges that have already happened or a focus on healing that you miss out on the blessings that are wanting to come in. Because this definitely says to me, there are blessings coming in, that divine timing is happening now. So just be mindful of that and be open to receive and to not be so closed off. If you're feeling closed off, let it come in. Bobby says sign is Aquarius. Okay. So let it come in because I think a blessing is coming in. I also think for some of you, like it's like where there was like a window for an opportunity and that window closed out in some way and now it's opening again. So something circling back around. Maybe you weren't ready for it. Maybe it felt like it wasn't going to happen for you, something like that. Like you weren't good enough for the opportunity and now it's circling back around for you. All right, let's see. So Capricorn. So Bobby, we are almost to Aquarius. Almost there. So Capricorn. Just do a time check. There we go. Oh, we're great on time. Okay. Hi, Hillary. So she says she'd love to hear if there's something out there for me today. So Hillary, we're doing it by signs today. So you're going to want to look up the readings. So you might have to go back and check them out too. But for your sun, your moon, and your rising sign today. So we're looking at blessings for your sun, your moon, and your rising. And that's going to help you to put together a more personalized message for you. So we are on Capricorn right now. Okay, so this is for Capricorn. So the first card that we have is the Seven of Pentacles. So with this, Hillary, I did do Virgo. And it's okay. You can go back. You can go back. And after this, after I'm done live, I will have it set up with the chapters on YouTube. So you can just click around and you should be able to find them. But if it'll let you while I'm live still go backwards, you can try that too. I don't know if it does or not. I don't know how that works. Okay. So coming back. So Capricorn. Yeah. Like, so Seven of Pentacles. So the vibe that I'm getting here with the Seven of Pentacles is it really feels like a newfound appreciation for the progress that you have made. I think that there maybe were times throughout this year that you felt really frustrated at the progress that you made, or even, I want to use the word shame, like filled with shame in some way that you hadn't progressed some area of your life, something, and like that was like really upsetting for you. But I feel like it's been this full circle journey where you're coming back and you're going, you know what, but I did do this, and this, and it's almost made you appreciate what you had that much more. And as you have this appreciation, you're building on that appreciation and you are fertilizing this plant that's growing, right? You're recognizing how much your plant has grown, how far you've come, how much this has already developed. And it's like throwing fertilizer on this plant and moving it forward in a more powerful way. So it's like, there's something about like bringing something back to life too, because I've never noticed, but on this particular card, some of these leaves look a little brown, right? Like maybe this plant hasn't been watered properly in a while, hasn't been tended to properly. And I see you looking at that going, I've got to tend to this. I've got to take care of this. I've got to come back to this. And it brings with it this newfound appreciation. The story that's coming to mind for me is when I was younger, and some of my friends will remember this. I decided that I wanted to get blue contacts because I wanted blue eyes. And so I got them, and they were creepy AF, but I had already committed to them. I had already gotten them. And so I wore them for a period of time and thought that they were great personally, for a little while. But then I started to get to this place where, like, before I would put them in, I would look at my own eyes and I would go, like, I really like the color of my own eyes. And it brought me to this place where I had never appreciated the color of my eyes, the way my eyes looked, but that gave me some different perspectives to allow me to have an appreciation for that. And ever since then, I've never wanted blue eyes. Like, I've just held this appreciation for my own eyes, got regular contacts, and here we are. Christine remembers. Yeah. Yeah, there aren't a lot of people on here that will remember, but yeah. And so it taught me something, right, about appreciating what I already had and how I show up, and just brought me to this new level. So this card is giving me that energy. And that's a powerful gift. That's such a blessing, right, when we recognize that. And then the next card that we have here is the emergence of true knowing. And it says intuition, rigorous honesty, and inventory. Yeah, I definitely see you kind of taking inventory on your life and saying, what do I have? What do I not have? Where am I at with my goals, right? Capricorns, you guys love to do that. Where am I at? How is it aligned? What aligns? What doesn't? Like, you're doing all of that now and taking a look at that, because this is about understanding that you want things in your life to align with where you're at now, not where you were a couple of years ago. So you might find that some of the things in your life are energetically dusty, right? And you're like, maybe you haven't looked at them, you haven't touched them, and you're recognizing, I haven't visited that or explored that part of myself or that part of my life in a couple of years. And I'm recognizing, somewhere along the way, I tucked that away and that doesn't align for me anymore. So I just see you kind of clearing out some things for yourself and reprioritizing who you are now and leaning into that knowing. What a blessing and what a gift that is. I love that. Beth is asking, what do the B and the J stand for on that card? Sorry. Let me switch this and then I will try to explain. So I always forget the words that it stands for because they're not English words. So it essentially stands for, do I have it anywhere close by so I can hold it up to show you? Is it going to come up? If you guys, by the way, love tarot and you want to learn about all of these symbols on the tarot cards and how you can read traditionally and intuitively, I have a very in-depth class and it is on sale right now for my holiday specials. I have all of my holiday specials. There's a link for all of them here. And so it's just Clarity by Christy /Christymas. Here it is. And so if you guys want to check that out, you can get a pretty great discount on that class. And it's 10 classes and they're pretty long classes. So it's a deep dive into the tarot. You can do it at your own pace. It's pre-recorded. And you can do that at your own pace. You can send that to somebody as a gift if you want to. So yeah, but anyway, so High Priestess is that B and that J is what she's asking about. That's about balance. Right? It's about the yin and the yang. It's about balance. It's about creating balance in your life. So if you're feeling pulled to that, oftentimes that's suggesting that there's some kind of balance that you are creating or need to be creating or something like that. It's the light and the darkness. It's the yin and the yang. And so that's what that represents on that card. All right, Aquarius. Let's get into Aquarius, which Beth is an Aquarius, so for her sun sign. I have to say, I was very aware when I split this deck that I saw the 10 of Cups when I was getting ready to pull it. So we'll see if that comes back up again. But that card when you split the deck is really helpful, especially if I notice it, because I don't always pay attention to it. But I was very aware of that. So that 10 of Cups is like all the things that you want. It's your happiness, your joy, happy relationships, the family that you want, that kind of stuff. So that's a beautiful card to have come in. So I feel like that's like creeping in there. But this is how we're going to wrap up 2025. Like, what are the end of the year blessings that are coming in? Interesting. So you are really, I feel like you're right in this place where you're like getting back out there, where you are deciding, this is my time. Things are going to happen for me now. And like it's almost like, so the card that I have is a Serenity out of Exile card, right? So like it's giving a little bit of that hermit energy where that's you've been maybe a little bit more pulled back or holding yourself back in some ways, whether that's consciously or unconsciously. And I kind of get this energy where it's like, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to give it everything I've got and just lean in the direction of where the energy is going, but also create it for myself. So that's the vibe that I get. And through this process, the tarot card that we pulled is the Devil card, right? And the Devil card is about, like, see how these people, they're naked, so I'm trying to cover them. See how these people are chained to the devil? But the chains are always meant to look really loose around their neck. And that's because what we fail to recognize oftentimes is that we are more free than we realize and that we have more personal power than we realize. Oh my God, there's like a swarm of birds that is flying by my office window right now. You're good. Like, this is freedom. I like literally am talking about this and probably well over 100 birds just flew by my window. You're good. Do you guys watch Tarot by Jimmy when he always says that? I love when he says you're good because like I always feel like, yeah, I am good. Like I feel good. Like this is gonna be good. So you're good. This is amazing. This is setting yourself free. This is the bird taking flight. This is getting back out there and moving in the direction of creating that 10 of Cups that we've been talking about. So that's really cool. Bobby says, I have a feeling what card is coming up. Bobby, I'm curious, like, was that what you were expecting? Or did the message align with what you were thinking? So that is for Aquarius. Let's see, what do we have next? Pisces. Okay, so we're on to Pisces. This is perfect timing. This is wonderful. So Pisces, any Pisces out there? I am a Pisces rising. Your rising sign is kind of how you present to the world. My astrology teacher said it's like your front door, right? Like how people, when people first meet you, that's what they see in you. Your sun sign is kind of like the embodiment of who you are, essentially. And then your moon sign is your emotions, your emotional state, what's underneath the surface, if you go a little bit deeper with you. So this is for Pisces. All right. Pisces energy feels very focused as we wrap up the year. I got a focus card, but when I split the deck, and that's very much the energy that I'm feeling here with this. But let's pull your oracle card. All right, so this is so first of all, I think part of the blessing is like some kind of a collaboration, right? We have the Three of Pentacles. And so the Three of Pentacles is oftentimes about like working together with other people. It's about letting other people help you. It's a willingness to do that, like to not try to do everything on your own. But I also kind of think for Pisces, like, is there some kind of idea, some kind of thing that you're working on, maybe already together with other people that's creating success for you? Are you bringing together some kind of a team? This is like my teamwork card. So leaning in and working together with people, or maybe even like you're making new connections, things like that, that are supporting you in something else that you're going to be working on. So just be open in working with other people, in letting new energy come in. I've been saying in my weeklies, like, I just kind of feel like we don't want to go backwards in this energy, even though it's Mercury retrograde, we might be reflecting back. We don't want to go backwards. And so steps that we're taking, we don't want to go backwards with those. So this feels like forward movement with new people, with new opportunities, these kind of things, or taking something to the next level through some kind of teamwork. And then the card that we have is the masks that we wear. The masks, can I speak? The masks we wear. And it says self-expression, protection, authentic self. Yeah, I think like part of the gift is you just feeling this comfort in your own skin. And maybe this has been quite the journey to get you there, right? We don't oftentimes feel that comfort in our own skin unless we've done a lot of self-love work. And I feel like for Pisces energy, this is something that you guys have been working on. And so I almost feel like with this, like all of a sudden there's this willingness to let your guard down, to take your mask off, to just lean into your authenticity more. And maybe you're inspired by people who are around you, who are making you feel comfortable. You know how like different people can make us feel differently, can bring out different facets of ourselves, different aspects of ourselves. I kind of get this energy as I move these, as I put these cards together. So you might see that as well, but I see you wrapping up the year feeling more authentic, feeling more supported by people that are around you or that are coming in around you. And that feels really good. Let's see. So Bobby says, she had a feeling about the card. It was that one, or the Sun card. Oh yeah, the Devil card or the Sun card. And yeah, it did in a way. I want something. If I want something, go out and make it happen. I have the freedom to get it done. I kind of did that at one of my jobs today, and about a promotion. Hell yes. So like the thing about the Devil card is it's incredibly powerful also, right? So sometimes it can be about leaning into your power. And as you lean into your power, like, what are you doing? She's saying freedom to do what I will, right? It gives you the freedom to do what you will. So leaning into that, stepping into your power, stepping into a leadership role, all of these things. And that can be a really powerful thing. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I love you all. If you guys want to check out my holiday specials, claritybykristy.com/ChristyMiss. And I have all kinds of stuff up there. I do have some of my yearly readings open. So, because what I do is I work from a list. So I do personal readings. It's a voice recorded reading that I send to your email. So I pull the cards, I do the whole reading, and I send it to your email. And what I love about this is that it gives you a reading that you don't have to remember. You can come back to it whenever you want throughout the year. In fact, I recommend that you come back to it throughout the year so that you can see what has already happened. You can see what you need to know for the next section of the year, because I break it up into different sections, and they're my favorite readings that I do all year. So if you're wanting to do that, I do have a few left, but you're going to want to jump on that. I have those listed in my holiday special link. So get on there because they always sell out, and I'm making my way through the list, but get on my list. That's how you get on my list, is through purchasing that. So if you want a personal reading, that's the way to go, or you're welcome to schedule an appointment with me. You are, because I can do tarot readings virtually, live tarot readings with you personally, or I can do them in person if you're anywhere near where I live. And I also do the thing that I primarily do is soul therapy, which is essentially intuitively guided life coaching. So it's all about helping you to connect to your intuition, helping you to master your energy field, navigate your life, do the work that you need to do to level up on your spiritual journey and your personal growth journey. And I also have specials for my membership there too. So you can join my membership now and get it for $8.88 a month as long as you remain a member. And I have all kinds of tools for your personal growth, for your spiritual development, for your intuition development. And I add new stuff every month so that you can tune in with that stuff whenever you need to. I have people tell me all the time that in the middle of the night, when they're having a hard time sleeping or they're really anxious about something, they use the tools, because it's set up to be a series of tools in my membership, so that they can help themselves to rebalance, right? The energy sessions are amazing for that. I also have my Upgrade Your Life hypnosis package that is in those specials, and that's amazing. Like those are, I'm hearing so much feedback from people about the ways that it's changing their lives. I use them myself. It is all around different topics, but the links for all of that is there. So check that out. Get what you want, or none at all, right? I appreciate those of you who still are here just watching the free readings and things like that. I like to show up in service in different levels and different ways so that there's a little bit for everybody. All right, guys, I love you so much. I will see you soon, and take care.